In the small Texas town of Somerville, where church was the heartbeat of the community, a scandal of biblical proportions was about to erupt. A preacher's forbidden affair, a jealous wife, and a murder that shook the town to its core. This is the story of love gone wrong, a life lost and justice served. A tale that left Somerville forever changed. In 2012, Somerville, Texas, was a quiet town. The kind of place where everyone knew everyone, and Sundays belonged to church. At the center of it all was Pastor Daniel Cross. Respected, charismatic, and deeply admired by his congregation. But behind the pulpit, Daniel was a man drowning in loneliness. His marriage to Eleanor Cross, the daughter of a wealthy local family, had long grown cold. Eleanor cared about image, influence, and control, not intimacy or connection. Daniel, desperate for affection, prayed for strength, until temptation found him in the form of Cassandra, Walker. Cassie was a 34-year-old woman trapped in a loveless marriage to Tom Walker, a mechanic who cared more for engines than emotion. At a church fundraiser that spring, Daniel and Cassie met. Their connection was instant. Two lonely souls drawn together under the watchful eyes of faith and guilt. What began as innocent conversations after Bible study soon turned into stolen glances, and eventually, secret rendezvous in the outskirts of town. By May 2012, they were meeting at a secluded motel, where whispers of guilt mixed with the heat of forbidden passion. Daniel, once a symbol of virtue, was now living a double life. By September, Cassie began feeling unwell, nausea, fatigue. The signs were undeniable. A visit to the clinic confirmed her suspicion. She was pregnant. For Cassie, it was hope, a chance at a new beginning with the man she loved. But for Daniel, it was disaster. A child out of wedlock could destroy everything. His marriage, his faith, and his career. The next morning, a local farmer found the grisly scene. Cassie's body on the barn floor, blood pooling beneath her head. A murder weapon lay nearby. Somerville's peace was broken. Detective Lauren Martinez led the case. The crime was personal, a single, precise blow. It wasn't random. It was emotional. As police questioned those closest to Cassie, Pastor Daniel confessed to the affair but denied murder. His confession sent shockwaves through the town. Then, the evidence came in. A blood-stained scarf found hidden in Eleanor's closet, fibers matching those from the crime scene. The perfect pastor's wife was now the perfect suspect. In March 2013, the trial of Eleanor Cross began. The courtroom was packed. Neighbors, journalists, the entire town waiting to see how far their preacher's family had fallen. The prosecution painted Eleanor as cold and calculating, driven to murder to protect her reputation. The defense argued she'd simply snapped under betrayal and humiliation. When Pastor Daniel testified, he broke down, admitting his sins, his guilt, and the loneliness that had led him astray. But nothing could undo what had happened. And when the verdict came, guilty of first-degree murder, Somerville gasped. Eleanor Cross was sentenced to life in prison without parole. The fallout was devastating. Pastor Daniel resigned from the church, disappearing from public life. Cassie's husband, Tom, left town in silence. Their teenage daughter, Emily, went to live with relatives, her family name now a scar on Somerville's memory. The church that once united the town now stood half-empty, haunted by whispers of sin and betrayal. Even in the most faithful of places, darkness can hide behind the brightest smiles. Preacher's love, a wife's wrath, a small town's reckoning. In the end, the story of Somerville reminds us, when love turns to obsession and faith turns to pride, even the holiest hearts can fall.